The queens who are touring together are Miss Gladys Knight, Miss Stephanie Mills, Miss Patti LaBelle, and Miss Chaka Khan. Hearing her sing I Heard It Through the Grapevine and Midnight Train to Georgia gave me chills, just as hearing her sing those songs on vinyl always have. It was very clear to me, just as an audience member, that she really had no idea where she was. And one accuses the other one of elder abuse, and then that one accuses the other one of just wanting her money. It's time for all of us to give her flowers while she sort of remembers. And so by the time she finishes that song and you get through the montage, there was like not a dry eye in the place. It was super moving. I thought she was perfect. A plus. Loved her. Hello and welcome one and all to the Brick City Brown Chick YouTube show. I am your host, the aforementioned Chick. For those who ask, Brick City is Newark, New Jersey, my beloved hometown, where I was born and raised. And the brown chick, well, hopefully that part is obvious. On this show, we talk everything. We talk politics, we talk race, we talk music, which is my personal favorite, fashion, trends, whatever is on my mind that particular week, that is what we'll be talking about. So whether you found this page on recommendation or if you're an OG and you've been here for a while, I welcome one and all to my world, the world of the Brick City Brown Chick. Hey everyone, welcome to the Brick City Brown Chick show. I am your host, the Brick City Brown Chick, and today we are going to be talking about the Queen's concert, which I saw just about a week ago now. The queens who are touring together are Miss Gladys Knight, Miss Stephanie Mills, Miss Patti LaBelle, and Miss Chaka Khan. We got to witness trying to get into the show, which was not so great, but the show was absolutely great. So I wanted to give a review and give my thoughts on the performances. And I'm going to review the performances not in the order they occurred, but in the order in which I enjoyed them. So we are going to start with Miss Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight is, I believe, 82 or 83 years old now. And her voice is as strong and as commanding as it ever has been. I have absolutely no complaints about her singing. She sounds great. It is amazing she can still sound the way she does at her age. Hearing her sing I Heard It Through the Grapevine and Midnight Train to Georgia gave me chills, just as hearing her sing those songs on vinyl always have. The complicating factor with seeing Gladys Knight perform, and I think most people know this, but if you don't, Gladys Knight was diagnosed, I think about 3 years ago now, with Parkinson's disease. So at various points in her performance, it was very clear to me, just as an audience member, that she really had no idea where she was. She remembers them, but that doesn't mean she understands that she is performing. And so you leave with very mixed feelings. Like, you were glad you got to see her, but seeing her in her current condition is very sad. And also knowing what is happening behind the scenes, her either husband or estranged husband and one of her sons are fighting over custody and over having a conservatorship, and one accuses the other one of elder abuse, and then that one accuses the other one of just wanting her money because she has to be, because diseases like Parkinson's are incredibly expensive once you get to the point where you need 24-hour care. So I really don't know what that story is, but the whole situation is really quite sad. But in terms of her performance, I would give it a B. I thought she was really good. And I think, it's time for all of us to give her her flowers while she sort of remembers them. So thank you, Miss Knight, for all the years of amazing music. Next up, we have Miss Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle is 81 years old. And at 81, she is as feisty and as funny as she has ever been. Most people know that Patti LaBelle is famous for kicking off her high heel shoes during her performances. And this particular time, she told the audience that she had turned her ankle, and so she was going to be wearing the shoes less time than she usually did. So she probably kicked them off 10 minutes into her set. And, on this tour, she's been doing a lot of costume changes and that sort of thing. Each lady is supposed to have 45 minutes on stage. Patti LaBelle was on for well over an hour. I know that for a fact. And she only changed once, but she changed into this pink floral decorated tutu. I can only describe it because the skirt was like all crinoline, and it was just one of those moments where you thought no other 81-year-old woman could pull off that outfit, but Patti LaBelle pulls off the outfit as only she can. She did all her standards: Somebody Loves You, On My Own, all the songs that people love. Toward the end of her set, she sings her song, You Are My Friend. And You Are My Friend is a song about loving a friend that you have lost. And what happens on the screen behind her is she shows all of these celebrity people that she was friends with who have passed on. And you see the year they were born and the year they died. And some are expected: Quincy Jones, Sidney Poitier, James Earl Jones. But some are totally, from my perspective, random. But I guess if you're a musician, you meet all sorts of people. David Bowie is on the list. Amy Winehouse is on the list. Aaliyah is on the list. So people who were significantly younger than Patti LaBelle that she met over the years and befriended. And so by the time she finishes that song and you get through the montage, there was like not a dry eye in the place. It was super moving. I thought she was really great, and I would give her a B+. I thought she was great. She was really sincere. She cried at the end of her set because people stood up and applauded her, and she was so moved by that. So I thought Patti LaBelle was really, really good. The woman I really went to see is Miss Chaka Khan. I have been a Chaka Khan fan since the 1970s, since I was a very young child. She is part of what I call my big three. And these are the three artists that I fell in love with as a child before I hit double digits. So before I was 10 years old, I fell in love with Chaka Khan, EWF, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Hall & Oates. Those are the big three for me. I've been trying to see Chaka Khan for probably 30 years. Her last tour, which was about 6 or 7 years ago, I had tickets for. I was all excited, and it had to be canceled because she had to go back into rehab. And for those of you who don't know, Chaka Khan has had a lifelong struggle with drugs. She has been in and out of rehab several times, and so that was the last time she went, and that whole tour got canceled. And I was really broken up about it because I thought, I'm never going to see this woman while she's alive. I got to see her It was worth the wait. I thought she was fabulous. She looks amazing. She has lost a ton of weight. She is almost down to the size she was when she was with Rufus in the 1970s. And if you see old films of that, Chaka Khan was like this big. She looks great. She had on her sparkly catsuit. She got all the hair that she's known for, and she did all the songs that people love. I Am Every Woman, Still, Tell Me Something Good, Ain't Nobody, all the songs that people love. People were singing along with her, and she did a really great job. Her voice, like Gladys Knight and like Patti LaBelle, is still so strong and resonates so much. And before, she is celebrating 50 years in music this year. And before she comes on, there is a mini montage of her career and also of her fellow musicians talking about her. So you get to see this video from probably 15 years ago now of her at Prince's house, and he's playing the guitar. And he says, coming to the stage next is my sister and my inspiration. It is just such a moving thing. Also moving is a very recent interview with Joni Mitchell. And I know it's recent because she has her cane from when she had her stroke a few years ago. And she says, Chaka Khan is the greatest. She is the GOAT. That's it. Hands down, no discussion. Chaka Khan is the GOAT. So hearing that from Joni Mitchell is extremely high praise. I would see Chaka Khan again if she goes on tour by herself. I am there. I love Chaka Khan. It was worth the 30-year wait, and I would give Chaka Khan an A. I thought she was great. The woman that I knew about and know her career, but not really her performing career, who brought the house down. I mean, she went on second. She went on after Gladys Knight and was amazing, is Miss Stephanie Mills. Now, if you don't know who Stephanie Mills is, oh boy, Google her. If you are familiar with the very first time that The Wiz was on Broadway, that is what made Stephanie Mills' early career. She was Dorothy in The Wiz. And I saw that as a young child. My mother took me, and she was fabulous. She has this amazing voice that just resonates and fills the space. And so she came out in her strapless sequin gown with a wrap over it that she immediately got rid of, and these like 4-inch stilettos. And when I say she ran around that stage, I mean she ran around that stage. This side of the crowd, this side of the crowd. I mean, I understand that she's the youngest one of the group. She is 67. But still at 67, to be in an arena of 17,000 people and just own the place. And she owned it. She was absolutely amazing. She was so energetic and so crowd pleasing and so much fun. And she did all the songs that people know, like Home and Miracle, and all these songs, Over the Rainbow from The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz. So she was just fabulous. I thought she brought the house down, that she owned it, and that she was perfect. I thought she was perfect. A plus. Loved her anytime, anywhere, except Washington, D.C. Watch my other video from this week and you'll know why that is. But I thought Stephanie Mills was absolutely fabulous. So all in all, the Queen show was great. It was what you would want in a show with those 4 women. And I'm going to do a video probably in a month or so about divas and what that word means. And is it a word that's only applied to Black women and to Black singers specifically? I think a lot of people would feel like oh, these women are all divas and they're not going to get along. All of these women are actually friends, not just like stage friends, but real life friends. They know each other. They've been through the ups and downs of the music industry, and there is no jealousy. There is no ego because they are all great in their own right, in their own way, and they all have their own style, and there is no negativity or bad energy. You just feel good vibes. So I had an awesome time at the actual show. If they come to an area near you, I would highly recommend going. It is just an evening of fabulous, what I guess the kids now would call old school music, but it is absolutely amazing. So that is my thought for this week. If you are new to this show, it appeared on your timeline and you're like, let me check this out. What is this? I hope you will subscribe. I post usually a couple times a week, but some weeks it may just be once because that's kind of how life is going right now. But I want to thank you all for joining me, new folks and OGs. This is season 3 of this show. So if you've been here since the beginning, I thank you. Thank you so much. And if you are new, I thank you so much as well. Take care, everyone. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.